Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing well. As always, for those who not doing 100%, I pray that God cover you, heal you, and you have a speedy recovery, whatever is going on with you. As always, thank you to my subscribers. Anybody who took that second to hit subscribe, I truly, truly appreciate you all. For those who just now looking at my channel, you can hit subscribe before or after. If you like my content, please hit subscribe. I truly, truly appreciate you all for you all taking that second just to press subscribe. I truly do. My goal is to reach my 1,000 subscribers by my birthday. It's coming real soon. It's October the 13th. So I'm hoping to hit that mark so I can go live with you on my special day, hitting my 50th birthday. That's a milestone for me. That's big for me. That's a number that I was like, wow, I'm 50 years old, going to be 50 years old soon. I'm happy about that. So hopefully we can go live. If not, God going to make a way where we eventually going to go live. I believe that. I'm speaking my 1,000 into existence, okay? So what I want to do today is let my viewers, my supporters, know who they are supporting. I want you guys to know who I am. Who is this person that I'm clicking on? What is she about? What does she like? Who is she? So I have a paper that I chose to write about myself for you all to know who are you subscribing to. Okay, first of all, you all should know my name besides BrownTan. Okay, who know my name? Okay, my name is Kathy. Okay, I'm the youngest of my mom's 4 daughters. Okay, my dad have 2 other children. Rest in peace to my sister. She passed away when she was 38 years old a couple of years ago. And I have my only brother from my dad's side, okay? I was born October the 13th, 1971. I have 3 children. My daughter is 30, my son is 22, and my youngest son is 14. I've been working pretty much all of my life with breaks here in between and breaks there. But I've been working since I've been 14. It's a program called CETA and Workforce. They help low-income families. They provide the children with jobs during the summer. So when I got out of 8th grade, I started working for CETA. Okay, so 14, 15, 16, and then before I became a senior, I didn't sign up. My mom didn't sign me up in time. And so that's when I kind of got like a real job. My first real job was working at Winn-Dixie, and it went past the summer. I started, that was my job. After school, weekends, that was my job. I kept on, working. And so in my senior year, I became pregnant. I graduated when I was 4 months pregnant in June. I had my daughter September the 8th, 1990. And so right then, things changed. Things changed, okay? So I'm not going to get into that, but, I had to take care of my daughter. So before my daughter turned 2, I moved out of my mom's house to housing. And they found me an apartment in the projects. I was nervous because this project, it was a lot of violence. But I just wanted to be on my own. I did not want to be in my mom's house. I just, not for any bad reason. I had a child. I want to take responsibility and be independent. So I moved to the projects. And so by me being more of a quiet person, I went to the office and I talked to them and I let them know, I'm nervous to go on this journey by myself as a single parent. Could when they find me a place, could it be on the outside, not in the middle? Not in the middle, because in the middle they had like gates. I guess they had put black fences, metal fences in there. I guess when the people try and run, the police can easily catch them, whatever the case may be. So they put me, fortunately, they put me on the outside, like pretty much outside. The one department's like was on the outside, and I was so thankful. Nothing, all the time, all the years that I've been there, since my daughter was 2, all the way, I believe, until she was 6. We was in there for a while, a long time. So all the time while I was in there, I decided to take up a little trade at a school, just a little trade. It was called word processing. And so I was working, wasn't working at the time, but I was going to school. And then I started pretty much working since, my adult, from different places. So with that being said, what fulfilled me is being a parent. My favorite flower, sunflowers and roses. My favorite exercise is walking and jogging. Okay, my first black and white TV show is Imitation of Life. My favorite color is yellow and green. My favorite number, of course, is 13, my birthday. Okay. My favorite show as a little girl was Wonder Woman, Incredible Hulk, Bionic Man, Bionic Woman. My favorite nighttime soap opera back in the days was Dallas and Knoxland and Dynasty. My favorite daytime soap opera was Young and the Restless. My favorite bean is llama bean. And my favorite cheap meal is pork and beans and weenies. My favorite Publix sub sandwich is a turkey sub sandwich. People that I'm protective of is children, elderly, and the handicapped. Okay, and the shows that I like is detective shows. I like shows like Snap, 48 Hours, anything that have to do with being a detective. I just like how they can find out someone who killed this person just by a piece of gum that was spit out the mouth. They able to find a murder by a cigarette. I mean, you got to realize those people are gone, and they can pick up a cigarette and find out who killed somebody. A piece of gum by the indentation of the gum, that's the impression of the teeth of a gum. They can find out. Detective show just does something to me. I'm surprised I'm not a private investigator. Not a private investigator, but a detective. I'm surprised I'm not a detective, how much I look at those shows. Okay, and my other favorite show is CTN, the Christian Network Channel. I learned so much about the Lord, so much about people in the Bible by looking at CTN, the Christian Network Channel. I love that. My favorite childhood candy was Boston baked beans and Now Laters. My favorite chips are hot fries, barbecue corn chips, Funyuns, barbecue regular chips, and salt and vinegar. I have way more chips that I like, but those my tops. Okay, my favorite wine is a sweet dark wine. I like dark wine. It got a lot of antioxidant in it, so I like dark wine. Okay, my favorite adult drink is Long Island iced tea. My favorite soda, I don't drink soda as much at all, but when I do, give me a ginger ale. Okay, my favorite singer of all time, anybody in my family know. That's one fact about me, and now you all going to know this fact about me. My favorite singer in the whole wide world is the one and only Whitney Houston. Okay, my favorite entertainer, somebody who can get on that stage, who can dance, sing while dancing, dance, and sometimes she might lip sync, but to the performer, the entertainer, is Beyonce. My favorite entertainer as a male is the one and only, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. He can perform his butt off. My favorite game show, thanks to my grandmother on this one, is The Price is Right. I love, well, on my days off, I got to be home by 11 o'clock to look at Price is Right. I miss it sometimes due to appointments, due to just having things I have to do. If I miss it, I miss it. But I do love my Price is Right on my days off. Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, and Let's Make a Deal. I have much more, but those are my top. If anybody would say, what's your top? Those are my top shows, game shows. My dream car, if I ever was to come into some money, it would be a Maserati. I would love to pick out me a nice Maserati. I can see myself driving, AC on, light tint, with a little thing that looked like a crown in front of it. Ooh, that's my dream car. Okay, my favorite childhood cereal was Fruit Loops. I love me some Fruit Loops back in the day, even when I was an adult. I remember when I was pregnant with my daughter, all I ate was a box. Let me tell you, within a day, I just poured that cold milk in it, and all I ate was Fruit Loops. My adult cereal is Frosted Flakes. I love some sugar Frosted Flakes. Okay, my body reacts to whole milk. Once I grew up and I knew it was a name, I was looking at a TV show, infomercial, and they was talking about milk, being intolerant of milk, and was giving the symptoms. And as a kid, I knew I liked milk, but I didn't know why it always made me go to the bathroom. I just, but I found out it was a word for it as an adult. My family, nobody didn't know. I didn't even know. They probably didn't even know. I just knew after I eat cereal, I go to the bathroom. And so as an adult, I put two and two together by looking at an infomercial, and it was talking about being intolerant. Okay, so I'm intolerant to milk. My favorite sport that I like to watch and I like to play is tennis. And I believe I became a fan of tennis from Serena and Venus Williams. My favorite Olympian sport that I love to watch during the Olympics is track and field and gymnastics. It's a lot more, but everything I'm saying, if I give you one or two, those just my top. Do I have many more? Of course I have many more things that I like and things in the Olympics, things that's my favorite, but those are my top. I can't sit here and name everything, you know what I'm saying? So something that I used to be good at, y'all, was singing. I used to be so good at singing. I'm telling people when I was young, my neighbors, my who stayed across the street from my mom, because we didn't have AC. We had fans and ceiling fans in my mom's house. So we didn't have AC, so we always had our windows up. And I didn't know that I was singing loud where my neighbors was able to hear. But every time back then it used to be a recorder when you push play record and on the tapes. And so I'm always rewinding Whitney Houston, and I blew her. She the best singer, but I sung that song. In my young days, my notes, man, I was blowing it. And then somebody came to my house, knocked on the door, and it was like, Kathy, that's you? And I was like, yeah. They was like, girl, you can sing. That's the first time I heard somebody ever compliment that I can sing. I didn't know. I just was singing because I love to sing Whitney Houston. She get high notes, and so you can't help but sing high notes. But now I notice my voice changed. Years ago, I noticed that because I'm like, and I have to stop on them long notes. I'm like, how did that happen? And so back then we used to go to Busch Gardens. We used to go to the state fair, and on them when we used to go, I used to be scared, but I still thought roller coasters was fun, even though I was scared as heck. When I tell you, frightened, screaming my head off. Through the whole ride, going down, going up, before I even go, I'd be screaming. And I truly believe that did something to my voice, because every year we went to the state fair. And I think that happened, something happened to my voice. And so I can sing it, but them notes, it's not there no more. I don't know if it's something I can take. Is it something I can do? Is it some surgery or something they can do? But I'm not going to do surgery, but I'm just saying that's the only thing that I think can help, because I've noticed every song that got a high pitch in it, I have to stop and like it won't go through. It sometimes it even hurt. So I believe doing my screaming, and when I screamed on them roller coasters, I'm telling you, I screamed all the way till it got down, all the way till it went up. And I think I really damaged my vocal cords doing all that screaming, because afterwards, that night, after those roller coaster rides, I'd be hoarse like for 2 days. 2 days I'd be hoarse. So I believe that what happened with my voice. So that's some things that I used to be good at singing, enjoying. I used to be a great artist and drew pictures in my high school year. 9th grade, 10th grade, and I think I stopped probably by my 11th and 12th grade, but I used to draw so good, so good. I used to take the stuff home and let my mom see it. They'd be like, you drew that? You know, I didn't know I had that talent, but it's been so long since high school now. I'm almost 50 years old now. I can draw, but not like I did back in the day. Okay, now out of my favorite greens, my grandma cooked all these greens, turnip, mustard, and collard greens. My favorite greens are collard greens. Even though I do eat the turnip and mustard, because my grandma is the bomb.com when it comes to cooking, my favorite is collard greens. I never attempt to cook turnip and mustard greens. Okay, my favorite people in the Bible, of course, is Jesus, Joseph, David, and Noah. You know, and pretty much a lot of the females, Ruth and all them, Sarah, I like all them too. I really do. I really like all them too. But, you know, those my favorites. And the hardest part of the Bible to me is that symbolic. When they start talking all the symbolic, that confused me with the lamps and the animals and all that stuff. That's confusing to me. I have to really do some studying on that kind of stuff. In Revelations, that's hard for me to understand that kind of stuff, the symbolic stuff. And my favorite jewelry is earrings and rings. You know, I like all the other jewelry, ankle bracelet and all that stuff, but my favorite is earrings and rings. Okay? My favorite childhood game was jacks. I love those metal jacks with the red ball, and you throw them up, put them over your hand, throw them up, put in your hand, then you're trying to catch one, catch another one, catch all of them, you make the lines, and it was a game to it. You know, I just love jacks. The metal ones. I know they came up with the plastic one, but it's just something about the metal ones when we played on the hard floor. You know, I love me some jacks. I love to cook. In the beginning, I did not. I repeat, in my early 20s, I did not know how to cook. And the reason I did not know how to cook, like I said, I'm the youngest out of 4 girls that my mom had. We all lived in a house together. She always had my 2 older sisters cook the meat. She always had my 2 older sisters, because I guess that was the hardest part of the meal to cook, was the meat. So she always had my sister season the meat, put it in the oven, cook it on the stove, whatever. She had them do that. She had me. I'm the youngest. She had me and my sister who's older than me. She had us cook like the rice, open a can of vegetables, and make the Kool-Aid. So Kool-Aid, when I don't drink it now because it's full of sugar, but Kool-Aid, I was a pro at Kool-Aid. When I tell you, every packet of Kool-Aid, I add a lemonade to it. And I put cups of sugar. Not 1 cup. So we had the big pictures right there. I put 2 cups of sugar. And I'm telling you, my Kool-Aid was the bomb.com. Especially if it was cold. I would say, girl. So therefore, I didn't know how to cook. And so when I was grown and I was cooking for my boyfriend, guess what I cooked him? And I thought I was the bomb.com. Nobody couldn't tell me that was a good meal. I cooked him some pork and beans and weenies with some white rice. And when I brung it to him, instead of him like, oh, okay, he was like looking at it. It's like, is you really giving me this? And I'm like, yeah. And he didn't eat pork and beans and weenies because he was from up north. You know what I'm saying? Me and my daughter, we killed it. When I tell you that was our meal. When I was raised in my mama house, that was our meal. No, I'm telling you, we love some pork meat. So since he didn't like it, I called my mom, I called my grandma, I called my sisters, and I called my auntie. And I told them, I need to know how to cook. I need to know how to cook because the person I was dating was 7 years older than me. So his other girl's friends probably was cooking this and that. Good meals, but I didn't know how to do it. So they told me, Kathy, when it comes to meat, you wash it, you season it with black pepper, seasoned salt, garlic salt, whatever the case may be. It's so many all-purpose season, whatever. So they told me to season it. Either I can bake it, fry it, boil it, or, you know, it's different ways. They were telling me different ways to do it. And so I was doing little things, trial and error. Was it tender enough? Do I need to keep it in the water long enough? Do I need to take it out the oven sooner? Do I need to let it stay in there? So it was a trial and error until, guess what? I mastered cooking. Beef stew. Different types of meat. Lima beans, collard greens. Just everything. I mastered cooking over the years. So now I love to cook. Okay. My favorite outside game was Foursquare. It was Foursquare. Now, you guys, you don't see kids playing those games. You don't see kids playing tetherball. You don't see kids playing kickball. You don't see kids running, playing hide and seek when they was 13 or 14. We played that stuff when we were 13, 14 years old. We was children. We knew how it was to be a child. We didn't know nothing about getting our hair with weave. We got our hair straightened with a straightening comb right there, hitting them knots right there. Okay? We didn't know nothing about being 14 and getting long braids in our hair. In the 70s and 80s, we didn't know nothing about that kind of stuff. We ran outside, got dirty, got sweaty. Your parents tell you, you better not come into the house, keep going in and out this door. They wanted us to go outside and play. We didn't have no cell phones. We played. We knew how it was to be a child. We knew how it was to get out there and get dirty. We knew what games was, monkey bars was. The wheel, what it's called when you just standing up and you pulling people around, the merry-go-round. These kids don't know this stuff. It's a difference. Time changed. Okay. And if I had to do a subject over that I used to do in school, if I had to repeat and get a tutor for a subject, it'd be math. I got up all the way in, when it was time to do algebra, that's when I stopped. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and I think I've stopped at the highest one before you get to algebra. When it became them letters, that's when I was like, oh, my brain was not functioning. I was not getting it. So I just made it to the average in math. But if I can learn now and do it again, I would love to have continued with math. Okay, my favorite gangster movie was Scarface and New Jack City. I know my mom, her favorite was the older ones when they had that horse head in the bed or whatever, Godfather or whatever. She liked them back in the day. She don't look at them no more because it's violence, so she don't do violence and sexual shows no more. She's older and she just don't do all that violent stuff, but back in her younger age, she liked that kind of stuff, Okay, and my favorite childhood show, the comedy, it was Jefferson's Good Times, Sanford and Son, and Gilligan's Island. I love Gilligan's Island. And my favorite male singer, one of them, is Luther Vandross, Gerald Levert, George Michael, and my dad. This come from my daddy, Sam Cooke, and I like Keith Sweat. Okay, and I have many, many more. Okay. But my favorite singer, as I told y'all already, was one and only Whitney Houston. I like Whitney Houston. I like Toni Braxton. I like Mariah Carey. I like Mary J. Blige. What's her name? Her voice is amazing. She played in the movie with Beyonce, and I like Beyonce. Jennifer Hudson. Oh my God, her voice is out of this world. I love me some Jennifer Hudson. Okay. And my favorite gospel singer, female, is Yolanda Adams. Oh my God, her songs. Every time I sing her song, I cry. I don't know why. When I'm singing her songs, a tear come out. I'm telling you, I can be just listening to her song, and I'm telling you, it's not one time that a tear don't come out my eye when I listen to her songs and singing it. Oh my God, I don't know if I'm thinking of my daddy. I don't know if I'm thinking of my grandma. I don't know if I'm thinking of my loved one who passed. I don't know if I'm just thinking about life. I don't know if I'm just something. It's just like she praising him and she giving him all the glory, and tears just come down my eye. My son, when Whitney Houston, I look to you, and man, it's just tears. I just get emotional with some songs. Okay, and my favorite plays is Tyler Perry plays. I love Tyler Perry. I loved it before he started making movies. We went to Tampa, and he had was it me and my sister? Me and my sister went to see one of his plays. Oh, I love me some Tyler Perry plays and movies. My favorite hairstyle. My favorite hairstyle is when I had a perm. My hair came probably to here, because my beautician, she always like trim my hair, and that's when I used to go to her every 2 weeks for a wash and set, and then she do my perm every 6 weeks. She used to always wrap all that hair up, all that hair she wrapped up, put that little wet thing over my ears, that wet paper over my ear, and put me on that hot dryer that I was under dryer for hours, because my hair had to dry up in here. My hair was so long and so healthy and thick, and she wrapped it, and the heat had to get all the way in my hair. So I was in the dryer, but I'm telling you, once I got that out of that dryer, she started combing my hair down. My hair just fell right in place when she just combed it. She parted, and I'm telling you, when I shook my dick like this, my hair just like woof, 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 woof. And it was just so long and so pretty. If I ever had to go back to anything, if I got chemicals, I would do a perm again and keep my hair wrapped. But she retired. This lady did my first perm, my first curl. She was really pretty much my only beautician, since the age of 9th grade. 9th grade was when I first got chemicals in my hair. And that was, did I have a perm or jerry curl first? A perm. She put my first perm, because my hair was like this. Okay, and my hair was, my mom straightened my hair, so I never seen the texture of my hair. Like this hair right here, my natural hair, I never seen that. I probably had it when I was young, but my mom always straightened my hair, so I never was able to see the waves in it, because my mom said my hair was so thick, she had to press it. So she kept telling me when I was young, Kathy, you got some curly hair, and I was like, yeah, okay. And I kind of should have known that, because my dad always talked about his grandmother. My daddy always talked about his grandmother was Cherokee Indian. She had hair all the way down to her knees. And I was like, she was a black lady, had hair down to her back of her knees. And I believe that, guys, once I had my first son. When my son was, I'm going to show y'all some pictures. My son have 3 pieces of braids. And you got to realize them braids I braided in. 3 braids that's about this long. 3 braids. Every time I cut a braid, I took him to the barber to get his hair cut. I braided. I put it in a rubber band, one of them black bands. I braided to the end, and I put a rubber band on the bottom. And so when they cut his ponytail, I kept all of his hair. So when my dad was talking about his grandmother having hair that long, I believed it, because I got it in the room. I would show y'all that my son had hair. My first son, Jabari, had braids this long. When he was 2, and I'm going to show y'all some pictures. I got pictures. When he was 2, his hair was in the middle of his back. He had plaits that came way down here. Plaits that came way down his hair. My texture is thick. He had softer hair than I had. My son had that soft hair. And so, you know, I believe my dad when he said that we got Cherokee Indian in us. Because the hair that my son had, I'd never seen that in any of my children, and any of my family on my mom's side. Nobody on my dad's side. My dad had that soft cotton hair. Like when you touch it, his hair was short, but when you touch it, it feels like cotton. It just feels soft like cotton, you know. So mine is more of a thick kind of hair. My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving because I have so much to be thankful for. Definitely, I have my children. That's my want. They my everything. I love being a parent. I love hearing them call me mom, mother, madre. I just love being a parent. So everybody, that is what I have to say about me. I think by my videos, you probably seen some other little stuff about me. I'm a simple person. I choose for whatever reason. I guess I grew up not being rich, so I never been into a name brand. You know, I don't wear the name brand. I don't buy the 300, 400 bags, purses. I don't wear the name brand clothes. If I wear anything name brand, it came from Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or Ross. You know, those are one of my favorite stores. You know, I don't shop at dealers. If I go to dealers, it's going because it's a sale. If I go to Macy's, it's because it's a sale. I love garage sales. I love going to thrift stores. I love going to Goodwill, because when I go in those stores and I pick out an outfit, when I wear that outfit out, people compliment that outfit as if I bought it out of Macy's. And you got to realize, when people donate clothes, the majority of people who donate clothes is people who got money. The lady at my job, the nurse at my job, when I tell you the stuff that she got in this, and I wish I was her size, because she'll give the people at my job her shoes. Her feet is size 8, and I'm a 9, 9.5. When she be bringing them shoes, it seems like she don't even wear them, and she give it to the girls at my job. And I was like, Lord Jesus, I hope my feet is just too big, you know. But people who got money give stuff to Goodwill. And so when I take my time, if I don't go with my mom to Goodwill, I don't like to go with nobody else, because they want to rush. I don't like to rush. I like to look and find some quality stuff. So the stuff that y'all see that I tried on, some of that stuff came from the thrift store, Goodwill. Some of the stuff is new and came from regular stores like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross, all that kind of stuff. But the majority of stuff in my closet came from Goodwill, and nobody don't know, because Goodwill sell name brand, quality clothes that come from people with money. My mom cleaned a lady's house, and she gave my mom clothes from her daughter. That girl wore some expensive clothes. So before she give it to Goodwill, she'll let my mom tell us to come to her house after my mom clean, and we go through some of the stuff that we don't want. She give it to Goodwill. That's what people don't understand. They think, oh, Goodwill, that's the second hand. Guess what? Second hand with good quality threads that's sewn good in the clothes, quality stuff. So you guys check them places out. Don't sleep on Goodwill and thrift stores. Don't sleep on them stores. Now you're gonna be missing out. So with that being said, everybody, I right now I can't think of too much more about me. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't mention that I love tea. I'm a tea drinker. I drink tea almost every day. You know, I drink this tea. It's called Organic Smooth Move that help your bowels. I don't have no issue with going to the bathroom, but I just like stuff like that. When I see it, I say, oh, I'm gonna get it. And I don't drink this often at all. I don't drink it at all. But when I want to do a cleansing of myself, drink water and flush all the goo out of me, I just go ahead and drink this right here. But I drink a lot of the super antioxidant teas. You know, I buy just several boxes of those. It's only $4.99, $5. And I got a coffee little area here, but I don't drink this coffee, y'all. I don't drink it. I just got it. My mom, she like coffee. I got my little coffee area right here, but I don't drink it. I don't drink all this stuff. I got decaf regular, the hazelnut, that kind of cream, the vanilla cream, you know. But I don't drink all coffee like that at all, y'all. I don't. You know, but with that being said, everybody, I hope this video show you a lot about the person who you subscribe to. You know, like I said, I was like, wait a minute. My supporters, they don't know too much about me. But now, you know. Okay, and I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I truly, truly do. I hope you all enjoyed, so you can see what we have in common when it comes to our kids, how old they are, the jobs that I had. I did mention about my jobs. I did not mention about my job. I had many, in my lifetime, I had many of jobs. I used to do a lot of data entry. I worked at some jobs for 4 or 5 years at application profiles where I had to enter a whole bunch of applications that came through us, that were scanned through us. I had to enter them, those applications, send them to the jobs that they was looking for, trying to get a job at. So that's all I did was a whole bunch of scan application came to me, and I just type them, and it sent it to wherever that person needed to go. I worked for a company that dealt with septic tanks. You know, I had to do data entry again, had to put addresses and all that little stuff into the computer. I did that for like 3 years. Then I was a cashier at Publix for 5 years. I always had 2 jobs, y'all. The majority of the time when I was at my full-time application profiles, typing in them applications, I was full-time, and at night I was at Publix, was a cashier, and on the weekends. So the majority of my life, since I worked, I had mainly one full-time, part-time, full-time, part-time, and a part-time job. So sometime at one time I had 3 jobs. You know, now I'm a housekeeping supervisor at assisted living, and I've been doing that since June 13th, 2013. So I've been doing that for 8 years. And my night job that I clean a bank, I've been doing that for going on 4 years, if not already 4 years. Then at the same time doing all that, I worked as a cashier on my nights off from my cleaning job. I did Walmart on the weekends and the days I was off at my night job. So that's when I had 3 jobs. Then in that 8 years of me working at application profiles, at night I was doing about 30 hours working in memory care as a resident care aide, taking care of the elderly people from 11 to 7, and had to go to my day job from 8 to 4, 4:30. So y'all, I'm telling you, I bust my butt I bust my butt. But you know, those are pretty much all the jobs that I had. Pretty much data entry, cashiering, supervising, cleaning the bank, and cleaning homes. I cleaned home for 5 years, and that was my sole income because the money was so good. When you go to the rich area, you clean their homes, you work for 4 hours, get close to $100. You know what I'm saying? Because it was physical work. But you know, I'm still is a working woman. You know, so with that being said, everybody, I thank you all for continuing to support my channel. Please comment, share my video, like my video if you like it, you know. And with that being said, I love you all. One love, peace, stay positive, and love one another. Mwah. Peace.